Hi everybody, this is Alchemist 2, and I'm back again with another movie review. Recently I decided to watch part 2 of Color of Magic, and in this particular episode, or the second part of the movie in and of itself, it was divided into two parts, so I guess you could say it's a two-part movie. Um, we find that Twoflower and Rincewind, they're falling back to the disk from their flight up into space following the world turtle. And of course you still have the academics who are debating on the gender of the turtle itself. We find out what that is at the very end. We all know as viewers, but I like what the main dean says. I'm not sure if he's a prefect or a provost or what he is, but I like what he says, and there's so much truth to it about everyday life. You have the evil wizard Trayvon, whom in this particular part, he becomes even more nefarious and evil and sinister, especially in his quest to retrieve the magic from Rincewind, because he realizes that Rincewind, he wasn't really meaning to have that spell enter his being from the Octavio, but it became ingrained into his being when well, actually the book opened itself to him, so it's very interesting in that aspect. You have Cohen, not Conan, but Cohen the Barbarian. He's an older gentleman. He falls head over heels. Actually, the lady that Twoflower and well, it's mainly Twoflower who does this, but he actually sees a processional taking place, and they're about ready to do a sacrifice, this group of people, and this young maiden, she's being sacrificed, and she doesn't really take kindly to Twoflower's attempts to rescue her at first, but she later falls for Cohen the Barbarian. And of course you can see it's a May-December romance, so it's really sweet. I didn't find anything objectionable about that at all, and I just thought it was really cute and sweet and just adorable, and just made me go, aww, because I am a sucker for stuff like that. I always like romance, no matter if it's between an older gentleman, a younger lady, an older lady, a younger man, or two guys, two girls, doesn't matter. Love is love. So, that's the basis of it. But I really liked this part of it because you get to see more of what Trayvor's really after, and his intention as the as the villain he really is. And Tim Curry, mm, 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 sexy. And I don't know what it is about him playing the role of a villain that just makes my little American heart just go, but it does. I fangirl squee every single time I see Tim Curry on screen. It never stops. It always happens. So be prepared whenever I see Tim Curry or I see his name mentioned in something. I think, yeah! It's just like with my favorite show right now. Well, one of my favorite shows is Randy Cunningham, ninth grade ninja. I know a lot of people say, it's the worst show ever written, and it's got this ridiculous plot and everything, but no, it's really really cool show, and I really enjoy it, and I like the Ninjanomicon. It's funny, but if you think about it this way, you've got the Octavio, and then you've got the Ninjanomicon. Coincidence? Maybe, perhaps, I don't know. They can get wisdom from that book. Well, Randy's the only one that has wisdom that is delivered to him through dreams and whatnot. Or he has, through the mechanism of visions, he will get, or he will obtain exactly what he needs, but unfortunately it's always in a cryptic form. So that makes it even more interesting. I'm not sure how I got off on a Randy Cunningham rant, but I enjoy the series, and Tim Curry's in it, so I think that's the main reason, because I love his character so much, and he just plays villainous roles to a T, and he does them gloriously, and villains everywhere should be proud that he just is such a consummate actor, and you believe that he has this black heart and these um, wry schemes in his brambled mind. So it's really impressive. And of course, there was a scene near the very end with Twoflower's luggage and Rincewind, and Twoflower actually says goodbye to Rincewind, and I'm like, oh no. I just thought it was really sad, and it was very touching, and I really enjoyed that quite a bit, that the camaraderie between the two, even though in the second film Rincewind says, he starts hearing his voice, and he's hanging from a tree because they landed back on the disc at the very beginning, and Twoflower is still in his spacesuit, and Rincewind perceives that he's hearing Twoflower in his head. He's, no, get out of my head, leave me alone. And then he says, Rincewind, I'm up here. Ugh. I must have done something bad to end up stuck with you. That was my favorite line in the whole movie, other than the very last one, the matter of perspective thing, which I really enjoyed because there's a lot of truth in it with, the dean of the astronomers, he says that, and I thought, absolutely, couldn't have said it better myself. It's just such a lively film, and it's very funny. Christopher Guest, the voice of Death. I mean, he was in the animated version, so they kept true to that, and I thought, perfect, perfect, perfect. Yes, yes, yes. This is exactly the way I would have wanted it, because from seeing those first two cartoons and getting used to that, and it was just the right time. It's very dark, rumbly, overbearing, scary kind of voice, and it's absolutely tremendous and freaky for Death. And I think that whoever was responsible for casting in this particular envisioning of this Discworld story did their homework, and probably got in touch with Mr. Pratchett himself and had to get the permission and say, well, I don't know if these certain people will work, but please tell me. I want to stay true to your craft here. Craft. Wizards. Puns! Sorry, sometimes I do that without thinking, but Color of Magic is really it's an exceptional film, and if you're a fan of the Discworld series, you're going to eat it up, and it's really quite stupendous and just a wondrous thing, and I really I really liked watching it, and I plan on watching Hogfathers. I've got Hogfather and Going Postal, and Going Postal is 2 parts. I'm not sure if they're going to be doing any others, but maybe they will. And if they're fans of like us out there demanding more adventures from Discworld and about the citizens of Morporkia or Ankh-Morporkia, then more than likely Terry Pratchett will listen and do so. Huzzah! Who could be happier? But it's just one of my favorite things in life, and it makes me happy. It's very easy to make me a happy person, and Discworld is one of the things that just gives me so much unbridled joy and glee in the world that I just can't help but grin, and it just makes me happy to be alive, and this is the reason why, because of films like this. It's just absolutely sensational, and I can't say that much more about it without giving too much away. And if you haven't read the Discworld series, it doesn't really matter, because the movie itself will give you a good depiction of the characters in and of themselves. But if you have read the books, it's a good companion to that, and you can uh, look at the description in the book versus what you see in visual form, and I think that they match absolutely perfectly, and it couldn't have been done better than what it was. I feel it's a phenomenal movie. Of course, it was a low budget. There are not a lot of the special effects are done really well, but it's still a movie that wasn't done by a big glitz and glamour company, and it didn't really have to be, but it's done by the people who did the cartoon, Acorn Media, and they treated it superbly. It's sublimely done, and I just give kudos to the entire production team on this effort because it was colossal. This is really a grand film on many scales. It's very epic, and I love Rincewind. I just want to hug him to death. I feel so sorry for him with Twoflower, and I'm not sure if I guess if I were a character in this film, I would probably be Twoflower because I would be the one that would be wanting to take photographs of everything because I'm like that in real life. I love taking pictures, and a lot of my photographs are on Facebook. And if I see something lovely and I think, oh, I want to take a photograph, make it last longer. But if I see something pretty, I want to immortalize it forever and never forget. So that's when he said, I gotta find my picture box. I don't want to forget. At the end, I thought, oh my gosh, how could you forget? And it's exactly what the maiden says. How could you forget something as beautiful as this? And it's true. I probably wouldn't forget something so um, incredible and miraculous as what they were seeing. And I won't say what because it just takes your breath away, but it's just one of those things that makes you think. You just feel this gladness in your heart, and you feel an essence of, I am so happy that I exist, and I don't know why. It's that kind of a film, and it's very well done, and I give it 2 thumbs way up, 5 stars, and I highly recommend it for anybody out there who's a Terry Pratchett fan because you're just gonna love it.